That's the definition of old and foolish. I got to understand Nigeria better when I was working with Seaway. Chinese Way, a Chinese company that is operating in Nigeria. They are into food and beverages. So many of you are using their products or you consume their products on a daily basis. When I work with Seaway, that was when I understand Nigeria as a company, as an establishment. The Chinese that set up Seaway in Nigeria, they did not set it up for the benefit of Nigeria. They set it up for the benefit of the Chinese. Let me share my experience with you guys. When I was working with Seaway, the highest paid in Nigeria was collecting 200,000. That's the general manager. While the lowest paid Chinese was collecting 1.3 million. A small boy of 20-something years. There are so many things I figured out in Seaway. Guy, if you're working in Seaway, then I don't know if they have changed, but when I was working with Seaway, it's a crime for you to look good. Like you come to work with new hair, you change your clothes. As a sales rep, if you start looking good, they will start investigating. They will go to your different markets, your distributors, to know if you have an extra way of earning. Because they know that the peanut they're paying you is not even enough for you to feed, let alone making your hair and changing new clothes. You need to see how happy these people were whenever we are having issues among ourselves. If we are fighting within ourselves, like Nigerians, we are fighting within ourselves, the factory workers, the loaders, the driver, if we fight, the sales rep, they are very happy. You will never see them coming to like sort out problem. If they fight with your fellow Nigerian, they could just walk up pass. They're not going to sack you. That's the funny part. They will not even sack you. They love it. They're so happy because they know that our unity will not be of their interest. You know, Nigerians working, they didn't even understand what was actually happening. Like as a sales rep, maybe you're having problem with your distributor or you're finding it difficult to push your own product to the market, to your own market. Then you gotta meet your fellow sales rep that is doing good. All the sales rep were Nigerians. Do you understand? We are the one that was pushing the product into the market. So when you are having issues and you meet your fellow Nigerians to ask the person like this, these are my challenges. How do I sort it? Your fellow sales rep that you relate your problem or your challenges to will rush PM to the Chinese and tell them the same challenge that you're having. So they either demote you or sack you. We were in a constant struggle to please the Chinese. We just want to be in their best book. Everybody's struggling to be in the best book of the Chinese. And these people were making so much money. They were so united. We don't even understand them. They always communicate in their language. Finally, I found out that Seaway was not actually meant for Nigerians to succeed. It was actually set up for the Chinese to succeed. At the end of the month, like this, after they have paid themselves millions and give us peanuts, all the money will go back to China. They don't have money in their accounts in Nigeria. Their money is always going back to China. Now, that is the same thing with Nigeria as a company set up by the British. This company was not set up for Nigerians to benefit. It was set up for the colonists to benefit. And they love it when we fight ourselves. Our unity is not for their interest. So they are always working on the ground for us to tear each other apart. They don't want us to understand the problem. They don't want us to sit down and say, okay, Nigeria is not working. We don't share the same value. Our culture are different. Our tradition is different. Our languages are different. Let's sit down and think of how we can, work individually. And that is why at 64, we are so miserable. In fact, we are shame to humanity. Nigeria was never structured to succeed. Nigeria was structured to fail. And Nigeria was structured to benefit only the colonists, not the so-called Nigerians. It would be a crime for me to say happy independence, Nigeria. You are not independent. You're a slave. You are in what you call neo-colonialism. Sorry for everyone that call themselves Nigerian. I am so sorry for you. They say Nigeria is 64 years old.